Hello everybody and welcome to my review of Borderlands 3. Welcome, this is a no BS, I'm just gonna get straight to the point and I'll talk about this game and in its depth and what it have to offer right here. I love Borderlands 3, like as you can see the gameplay in the background right here, they are well crafted. Cutscene, you get them. Good dialogue, you also get them. Now, what Borderlands shine the most for me is the gameplay itself. The gameplay is fundamentally very strong in its gunplay. I would say the gun have varieties and things like that, and you can complete the quest inside this game and get extra reward for doing extra if you're willing to do it the hard way, which I think is fair. Um, and you can get a lot more things as a reward, like a legendary weapon or weapon with the red text. If you don't know what a weapon with the red text um, is that weapon where they have a special, you know, specialty to it. Like this one that I got, which is quite an early game weapon. It When you stab an enemy, they do an animation. They just grab their butt. They were pretty funny, and yeah, I really like that. I mean, it's funny, and Borderlands offer you a lot of things. As for the story itself, I feel like the cutscene in the beginning is a little bit like it could be better, animated, and it's a page to page thing. I mean, like why won't you animate it a little bit more, like have movement? We're in 2019 here. I mean, like game before do animation or cutscene, especially for that. It's a little bit lackluster for me as for the beginning of the game, which is a good. I mean, the first impression of the game could be better. Could be better. That's for sure. As for the gameplay, as it goes on and on, right here, as we get into more of the gunfight and the story progress, I mean, it's a little bit slow. I mean, the gun itself is great. The gunplay itself is great, but man, am I feeling like this? Does this change a lot since Borderlands 2? Now, I'm gonna assume that people that are watching this, there are two audiences: the one that played Borderlands before and one that doesn't play before, and wanting to get this as an experience. Now, people that don't get it before, buy the game. Buy the game, because man, it's as good as it's gonna get. It's as good as it's gonna get. Oh boy. Did I? Oh boy. Like I said, people that haven't bought this game before, try buying the game, because it's the experience that you're gonna get is gonna be fresher. Okay, fresher than people that have played Borderlands 2 or Borderlands 1 already. As for the story wise, you can recap or watch the YouTube video that make you recap right here. So the class that I'm playing as Mose, she have this like gigantic mech, and she call it out, and she can dual wield like grenade launcher, dual wield a machine gun, a heavy machine gun, and she can do so many things. And I like her. I like her the way that she play. I think that she's a great character right here. So yeah, as for the other character, I think it's fun too. But the thing is that Borderlands 3, as for the character customization and things like that, that's good. But I feel like they have to add it the fifth one. As for some of the mechanic or like Amara, Flack, and Doppelganger guy, Flint, I don't feel gravitate toward that. Also, I feel Most is a little bit underpowered with her mech. It's supposed to be like crush your enemy. When you call this ability, you're gonna crush your enemies into pieces. But it doesn't do that that much. I mean, it did the thing, but it could be better, right? Like, I mean, you call out a giant mech, you're supposed that the machine gun is gonna rev up faster, the rate of fire is gonna be insanely good, but not really. The rate of fire is still pretty meh. I feel it's a meh thing, but I feel like I'm just quite a low level guy. And this review is made for my impression and for those people that are gonna jump in, and for Borderlands veteran. Um, Borderlands veteran, I think I should talk about that right now. For the people that are Borderlands veteran, why I think that this game will be a good experience for you, but it's not a definite must. Now, I think you're gonna enjoy the game. You're gonna have so many variant of guns. You're gonna enjoy the guns as always. It's a Borderland game, and the gunfight feel good, and everything is exploding, and you got grenades and so many good stuff, right? Right, you got that. But as for the story, it doesn't differentiate itself enough from the last Borderlands 2 or 1. That is possibly the only thing that I have criticism of this game. Other than that, it's a perfectly great game in 2019. You're gonna sink thousands of hours into this game like I do. I'm gonna sink in a lot of hours into this game, and I'm gonna enjoy every bit of it. The thing is that it's still this it doesn't differentiate itself enough right here, and that's why I'm a little bit frustrated. Like, it's more like a previous game, and then you have add-on and a better graphic. That is the problem, because like I seen new media actually, or like Polygon, or some other new outlet that said, hey, it's the same game, no, and upgraded graphic, and new cars and new guns and thing like that. Yes, of course, but I mean, shouldn't you have a new gameplay mechanic? Say, as for the skill, like, make it like World of Warcraft, where you have like just a bunch of skills, right? You don't get to stick with one skill. You have a plenty of skill, and I feel like that could be great in Borderlands game. You have like, oh my god, so many action skill, so many variations, so many RPG element. Now there's a lot of RPG element as such as challenges, do this, do that, loot this, sell this, and things like that in the game. But I feel like it's it's it should differentiate itself from like Destiny 2, or either looter shooter Tom Clancy Division 2. This game is well polished. Now, the thing with the inventory system is that they don't have the same like ammo count. When you usually bought ammo in Borderlands 2, you have like 14 of, like, you have all ammo type, and you can just click to buy all ammo, right? This game doesn't let you do that. You have to buy it one by one. You don't know what is your ammo count unless you max it out. It's gonna cost you more money. Money in this game is not a problem. I almost overlook all kind of money in this game. Like, I mean, it does make you feel good. Hey, we got money. But it's not important. What is important is the loot itself. Now, I think the vending machine in this game is very generous. So generous that I feel like it's just great. It's just great. It's lovely. So the way it is the loot offer purple rarity, up to purple rarity, when you bought it from the machine itself, like deal of the day, or like the blue one that when you bought like this SMG that hole right here, this SMG rock, totally it rock. It's great the way it is. I love it. And it's 121 power right here, which is a great upgrade to the normal arsenal right here, right? So it's definitely like it's generous that you get like a good weapon early just by buying the thing. I like that. But the enemy like Skag, I know it's in the other game already, and it's same planet Pandora, which I don't think that I get to explore much. I think I have to play more. I mean, it's definitely still in the early game, but this is my first impression that I wanted the game to launch and incredibly impress me at first sight, which which I think that you shouldn't have to invest hours upon hours. This is a long stream. It's not a short stream. This is a long stream, and I feel like it need to impress me more than it does. I mean, I enjoy it throughout the stream. I don't want to turn off the game. I don't feel bored and things like that. But still, I feel like there's so much more, right? There's so much more to the game, so much potential that this game could be. And that is my take on Borderlands 3. If you're a veteran, still get the game because it's so good. It's still great. It's Borderlands that you always love, right? It's they the Gearbox know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. It just could be better. I mean, inventory management could be better, aka the backpack and the thing like that. This is when I jump onto the mech and I mow these guys down. I want to mow them faster. Look at the heat buildup right here. This is too slow and it heat up too fast. I mean, they don't want to make it feel under like overpowered, but in this kind of a mob situation, I expect my mech to do more. Maybe the grenade launcher will do more at in this situation. They clump up, but I chose my tier, my spec, which is the double gunner. That's what I wanted to play. There shouldn't be a downside to picking one tree over other tree, right? So this is another problem that occurs as well. I just want to point out so that you guys understand what I'm coming from right here, and I'm just not gonna trash the game. This is a great game, but there are some element that I feel like could do better. Could do better. If you're seeing me just trying to like run around this guy because I have to shoot him in the butt, it is so funny. The thing that this game make you do for the extra quest is just amazing. Like, shoot this guy in the butt. you, there's no other game like this, right? I'm happy for the game, dude. I'm happy for the game, and I hope that this game become a success. And yeah, I want to play more Borderlands. And if you guys want to see my stream, I'm live at facebook.com/Pambry Live. PAMBRIELIVE, and that's Pambry Life, and mixer.com/LILJUNISHY, Lil Junishy. So please come on by for caring and kind unicorn stream. I'm a baby unicorn, so yeah, it's amazing, and I hope that you guys enjoy this review of me wanting more from Borderlands 3, but what they gave us is already what it is. Could be better. Could be better. And still veteran, you should still get the game. I mean, if you don't get the game, you're gonna miss out on the storyline, but the villain is not as good as the Handsome Jack. How I see Handsome Jack, how I see the pre-sequel that lead to Handsome Jack, it all fit in. It fits with the theme of the game. The twin here doesn't get me hype. Why is the Joker such an important villain? Why? Because he got that character that so embedded into him. He got something that that is not the same as other people, right? You don't have to see this part. I'm just figuring out where the where this thing is. I shot the pipe already, but it didn't activate the thing. I shot the pipe, the water come down, but I miss it totally, and I'm looking for this like pipe thing. I looked everywhere, and I couldn't find it, so it took me a while. As for the performance in the game, I can run badass comfortably with RTX 2080. It's not a problem. The game is fluid. The game is great. The game looks good. The thing is that there are optimization that do it a little bit better. I highly recommend that you check out the channel on YouTube, Unbox Therapy. No, no, not Unbox Therapy. I think it's called Unbox Therapy. If I'm correct, they do an FPS guide on this. I'll show you his channel, Unbox Therapy. Borderlands 3 optimization. Actually, I shout at the wrong channel. Borderlands 3 FPS guide. Hardware unboxed. Hardware unboxed. Why you have to have such a close... This guy here made great content, okay? He made great content, and he have made the guide how to get the maximum performance. This is all you need to know. Copy this down, give this guy a like, give this guy a subscribe. He deserve it. Now I do it in my my main page already. This is just the another window that I created, the incognito one. So I already subscribed to him. He's a great content creator, and you should just copy this down and just play the game as this told you. Okay, motion blur, you should turn that off. That thing almost make me puke. Borderlands 3, your motion blur is really weird on this game, man. Your motion blur is too aggressive. This is my channel right here, Pambray, on YouTube, of course. This is where you watch my video. Help me get to 500 subscriber, please. The story, the voice acting, I think they are well done in this category, and the animation and the character that you met. Like, I'm glad to see Ellie back. I'm glad to see Juan back. Glad to see Commander Lilith is a badass siren that doesn't seem to age. She just doesn't age. I mean, Juan look older. But Commander Lilith look as young as it can be. And she's still young. I can't believe it. I don't know if she's a siren or whatnot. But dang, she's still young. Moving on. Is that... Yeah, I think I cover all the point right here. I don't think that I miss anything out. This is the comprehensive review. I don't think that any other people have talked with the pointer that I have talked right here. I think it's a very comprehensive and a great review of the game that you could give it overall great the impression of the game. Other people might talk about end game content. Oi, before you reach end game, what do you have to do? What do you have to do? You have to play through beginning of the game, middle of the game. And would that keep you occupied? Yes, it will keep you occupied. 100% will keep you occupied. But it could be better. I'm just stating that this game can be better, can be improved, can be polished more when it came out. I'm just a little bit let down. I'll give this game an 8 out of 10. Now you might ask, oh, but Pambray, why you give it 8 out of 10? Oh, but you say there's so much to improve, rah, rah, rah. But I truly enjoy the game. It came out, more Borderlands game is great. What I want to see more is that graphic and the visualization of the game, I mean, it's still too close to Borderlands 2. That's why I feel like other people that never played Borderlands before is gonna have so much fun. Okay, so much fun with the game because they never seen it before. But for those that see it before, for those that play all through the DLC, it freaking get old. It got old and fast. That's why it didn't give me the enjoyment like I had like in Borderlands 2. I think that game with the ammo system and how you can buy it is just great. Okay, I hope that 2K Games, Gearbox, and other people have listened to my review. I have I have given it a rating of 8 out of 10. Now I have to say why I gave it an 8 out of 10. I love this game, and when I play it, it feels good. The gun feels good. Everything feels freaking good. So no hiccup, no. I mean, there's some crash, but man, the game itself is a joyride to take. It's still a joyful game in 2019, and I don't think that a lot of games have this element where you can be funny, joyful, and explode people head at the same time, and it's not frustrating. Right? It's not frustrating, and I like to see that. Because the game is not frustrating, it's just so much fun. The game is always like, it's not frustrating to play like say Doom or Dark Souls games. Those kind of game require all your attention, or else you just gonna die and have to respawn and have to fight through the same enemy again, which this game make a good job at having a variety of enemies, and they do different things. They fly, they look different, they feel different, and you avoid them differently and win against them differently. So I hope you enjoyed the review. I think I dang, I keep adding more points, but I have to say this because this there's just so much thing to say it. Okay, there's so much thing to say about this game. I hope you guys enjoy the end game content. I know that there's a arena mode where you get a bunch of loot, legendary, which you can do amazing stuff with them. I mean, those legendary are not in the very beginning of the game, but also to the end game content. That's how they keep people occupied and wanting more legendary. But the legendary itself is not the core of the game. The core of the game is the story, and I want them to emphasize on more of the story, more of the graphics changes or gameplay changes in Borderlands 3, because I mean, as much as I love it to be the same and the same thing like in Borderlands 2, I also crave new thing that they could have done. I craved that for this game. I expected to be a new world, a new place, a new when I jump in, I want the story to continue, not as just Walt Hunter, but I want them to be more than Walt Hunter. For example, they could be in another planet where they invaded Pandora, and Pandora is completely obliterated, and we are set in this like we have to escape via spaceship and thing like that. Make it like Half-Life 2, where you just go on a train, on that train, right? On in the beginning, that is a great opening. I still Half-Life 2, that opening is still stuck with me. Right? The freaking rail train, whatever, and Dr. G-Man or whatever just talking in your ears like blah 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 blah, and I was like, what the frick are you? But I still enjoy that. Like I get to see so much more of like the environment of what the game is, and the soldier, whatnot, and their like tech, and yeah, it's pretty fun. And the lab and thing like that, and the people that I talk with, Half-Life 2 is a joy. So I want the game to be more like that in story wise, but hey, this is not Half-Life 2. But it could be better. So, with that said, wrap this up. Thank you. Check out my stream at Pambry Life on Facebook and at Lil Junishai on Mixer. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Boom. Review. Done. GG.